Every day in the USA, people find themselves in court.
Will be on the record in GW 2025 CR 115, State of Kansas versus Jesse Fuentes Martinez, County Attorney Jill Gillette for the state, and Defendant Fuentes Martinez fails to appear. One count of possession of marijuana, one count of possession of drug paraphernalia.
Well,
Lady,
we had a bond that was 7,500. There was a failure to appear on 9/9/25. And that was basically because they had bonded originally. And then,
you skipped the bond of July 29th of 25 for 5,000.
right,
Like,
and then it went to 7,500 because they failed to appear. And then we got messages from his father, and he was told to report. And then we got him arrested. He was pro se in a first appear December 9th, and he bonded. Or sorry, October 21st, and he bonded and was given a date for December 9th. On December 9th, he failed to appear. We had doubled it to 15,000. Now that one has been served, and he has failed to appear on the most recent one that was a $15,000 bond.
is that Gene, maybe?
I hate to put a no bond warrant on a misdemeanor, but this person just don't want to show up unless they're in custody.
Well, I'm with you 100%. So
I hate that they didn't show today, but
I'm guessing that was the kid that froze up. He had bad service.
where was he from? Do you remember?
Well, I don't know. He was just labeled a Zoom user.
You think today?
Yeah, the one that we were trying to talk to, and then he disappeared.
Disappeared. Well, disappeared though, darn it.
Yeah.
He's going to have to get better service if that's what the problem is. It all started with a summons unclaimed, and then it just went downhill from there as Miss Gillette went over. Well, it is marijuana and paraphernalia. It's not like it's traffic, but I understand what you're saying, Miss Gillette. Bond forfeiture, bench warrant, no bond hold until he sees the judge. We'll go from there. If he calls back in, we'll definitely take him up today. I told him, I think he may, if he could have heard me, I said if he didn't give me his name, he might get a warrant. Maybe he thought he got it, and who knows. All right, on the record in May, on the record in GW 2025 TR 447, State of Kansas versus Stephen Allen May, County Attorney Jill Gillette for the state. Defendant May fails to appear on speeding 77 in a 65 and driving while suspended, a Class B misdemeanor. Miss Gillette?
well, we had a previous failure to appear October 21st, and he had been summoned in to come. We set a $750 cash or surety bond. He was arrested on the $750 cash surety bond, bonded, and he didn't show up again. Normally we double those for $1,500, but yeah, so that's up to the judge.
I'm going to double it up to 1,500. Cash or surety required, because as I pull up his record on Odyssey, looks like he has something for speeding and no license in Wilson from 25 and some kind of misdemeanor in Wilson, different date in 25. So I think he's got another 25 in Wilson for driving charges, something in Sedgwick County. It looks like those are all still pending, as well as this one in Greenwood. And he has something pending in Butler. So that's what the order will be. $1,500 cash or surety bench warrant.
Okay, Judge,
Yes.
I've got the one, Jesse, I have him on the phone.
Okay.
So
Can
let
you-
me talk to him a minute. I just didn't want you to hang up.
All right, well, stay here and see if you can get him on here. All right, we are back on the record in GW 2025 CR 115, State of Kansas versus Jesse Fuentes Martinez, County Attorney Jill Gillette for the state, the defendant in person and pro se via Zoom. Mr. Fuentes Martinez, apparently you were having some kind of service communication issues. Is that why you left?
Yes, ma'am. My phone was telling me it was reconnecting back into the Zoom meeting, and then when I got back in it just completely kicked me out.
All right, well, I will set aside the bond forfeiture, bench warrant, and no bond hold that I issued while I called your case again, and you weren't here. You are charged in count 1 with possession of marijuana. Apparently, a first allegation of possession. This is a B misdemeanor, punishable by up to 6 months in jail and $1,000 in fine. Count 2, unlawful possession of drug paraphernalia. This is charged as a B misdemeanor, another 6 months in jail, another $1,000 fine. Do you intend to hire an attorney, apply for court appointed, or represent yourself, Mr. Fuentes Martinez?
I would like to waive my right.
You don't want to have an attorney represent you at all?
Actually, no, sorry. I would actually get a hired appointed attorney.
Okay. Are you employed, Mr. Fuentes?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Where do you work?
I work for RA Knapp Construction.
And what does this construction company pay you per month?
They pay me at least 90,000 a month.
90,000 a month?
Yes, ma'am.
I think we're all going to quit our day jobs. 90,000 a month. Do you realize how much that would be in a year, sir, times 12 months?
I
Yes,
don't,
ma'am.
I,
I
I
get
don't know if
paid
he's,
20. I get paid 23 an hour.
Well, that's good money, but I don't know that it comes out to 90,000 that you said a month. 90,000.
do you mean 9,000 a month?
Yes, sorry.
Are you
I get
sure?
paid 23 an hour, and then every week I put in at least 60 to 70 hours a week.
23 an hour times 40 hours in a week, $920 a week times
I get
4.
paid every week as well.
Well, okay, here's what I did, sir. I took $23 an hour times 40 hours in a week. Is that about what you work? That's the average work week without overtime.
Yes, ma'am.
And that comes to $8,920 a week, which is almost 9,000 a week. So maybe that's what
Yes,
you
ma'am.
said. Like you told Miss Gillette, maybe it was 9,000.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
then take that times 4. It's not exactly 4 weeks in a month, but because it varies from month to month, but 35,680 a month.
Yes, ma'am.
That's still darn good money. Okay.
But I can assure you, I can afford it. I can afford it, and I can pay it.
An attorney you can afford?
Yes, ma'am. I can pay it. Whether it's payments or anything, I can pay it. I will be able to. I will try my best to pay it. Or if it's possible, I would also like to ask if I can apply for a diversion.
Well, Miss Gillette, that's your program. What do you think about that?
I'm heading back to look at his criminal history, Your Honor.
All right.
I'm gonna have to check on his prior arrest in Garden County before he can apply for diversion here. Because if he got a diversion in Garden City, he won't necessarily qualify for my diversion program.
Alrighty, I understand.
Well, what I'm showing. All right, you're Jesse Fuentes Martinez, right?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm showing pending Sedgwick, GY, which I think might be gypsum. Does that sound right, Mr. Fuentes? Are you from?
I don't believe so.
You don't remember any? It looks like there was a speeding ticket.
I do
April.
have a couple speeding tickets out of county. I do have some in Sedgwick. I do have one in Sedgwick,
I
and I
see
do
that
have one in
GY was
Cimarron.
Gray
Cimarron.
County.
Oh, that's Gray. Okay, you have 2 cases pending in Gray, and then this one.
I should only have one because I only got one speeding ticket in Gray
Okay,
County.
here's what your record's showing. You're showing a speeding ticket in April 19th of 25 in Gray, and then you have a separate case in that same county, speeding April 14th, that'd be 5 days earlier, along with a vehicle unlawful acts registration. So you had a registration and a speeding on the 14th. I'm sorry, that's on June 14th. June 14th, and then the other one was April 19th. Both this
I would
year.
have to look. I would have to look at my papers because I'm not. I don't remember, but I would have to look back at the papers.
Well, it says you failed to appear on the one that's the speeding and the registration. You failed to appear, so you better call and take care of that. You might have your license suspended for that alone. Then you have the Sedgwick County one. You had court, it looks like February 18th of this year.
I do remember Sedgwick, but I don't remember about the court. I do not.
Yeah, you better check on the 2 in Gray County and the 1 in Sedgwick. Or just contact an attorney and let the attorney advise you.
Yeah,
So, did you say you wanted to apply or hire? Well,
or apply.
we've decided you probably can't qualify for hire. Are you married or single?
Single.
Can't apply for court appointed. I meant single. Do you have any children?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right. You are not going to qualify. I don't see any way for what you're making at 23 an hour, 40 hours a week. So you're going to either have to hire or apply for court. No, hire or represent yourself.
I'll just waive my right instead. If I won't, if I can't, if I won't be able to qualify.
Ms. Gillette, did you say he didn't? Oh, you were going to have to check on his record, didn't you? All right, we're going to plead you not guilty today. You can always change that plea. And we're going to set this over so Ms. Gillette can check your record. Missy, what date do you want him to come back?
April 28th at 3:30.
Will you be back?
Let me put that in my calendar real quick.
Okay.
April 28th at what time?
3:30. And I am going to order that you be here in person at the courthouse in Eureka because of the numerous bond forfeiture failures to appear, as well as the communication issues your phone has had.
Yes, ma'am.
Because you've had numerous failures to appear, bond forfeitures. Well, I don't even know if they've been forfeited, but they should have been. All right.
Okay.
Now, if you want me to consider again for court-appointed attorney, I don't think you're going to qualify, but it never hurts to look. You can get an application and fill it out and get it back to me. And that'll give you
All right.
time.
Is there any way? Is there any way you guys could send it to me because I live in Garden City, Kansas?
All right. So, Missy, what did you tell the person a while ago? How do you want him to get that application?
For attorney?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you said he didn't qualify.
I don't think he does, but you know how sometimes I'll let him put it on paper because the figures he was saying, he might want to double check those with his employer.
I can email it to him, but he will have to print it out, fill it out, and mail it back to us.
Can you do all of that, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that'll give you a chance to talk to the employer, look at your paperwork, and make sure you really give me what you're actually making. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Alrighty, thank you very much. You guys have a good day.
You too. Thank you. Bye-bye. You're excused.
Back on the record in Kansas, the dust begins to rise. Possession and the gear under vast and heavy skies. You skip the bond in July, 25,000 down. Now you're just Zoom user, fading out of town. My phone was reconnecting, then it kicked me to the floor. I'm working for construction, making money, making more. 90,000 a month, we're all quitting our day jobs. 23 an hour, 9,200 for the mobs. See you in Eureka, bring your papers to the light, or that bench warrant's coming in the middle of the night.